As evidenced by the passage, which of the following can be inferred to be a valid objective of Chaucer in his portrayal of the pardoner's character? Option A says, to create a complex, multi-layered, and interesting character for his readers. Now, this seems logical, but it's extremely generalized. Did Chaucer want to create a complex, multi-layered, and interesting character? In all probability, yes, but the passage does not give us any information to support this. We have to notice that the question particularly asks us, as evidenced by the passage. So this is something that cannot be taken as a valid answer because the passage does not support this. So A is incorrect. Option B says, to create uncertainty in his readers and thus ironically give them a better understanding of the character. This is quite true. We can infer this. We see this in two parts. The first part is, or the first reference is in the first paragraph. Through the use of verbal and situational irony, Chaucer is able to accentuate the moral characteristics of the pardoner. So the portrayal of the pardoner, the moral characteristics of the pardoner, there is use of verbal and situational irony. That's what Chaucer does. Why does he do that? The essence of the story is exemplified by the blatant discrepancy between the character of the storyteller and the message of his story. By analyzing this contrast, the reader can place himself in the mind of the pardoner in order to account for his psychology. So here we are talking about Chaucer creating the situation so that by analyzing this stated contrast, the reader can place himself in the mind of the pardoner, or they can get a better understanding of the character of the pardoner. But then again, there is also ambiguity. There is also uncertainty. We see that from the third paragraph. Chaucer clouds the genuine nature of the pardoner's psychology in ambiguity. Upon reading the tale, the reader is left to wonder whether or not the pardoner is simply speaking out of drunkenness or if he is truly a malicious character. So we find that in creating ambiguity, ironically, Chaucer actually gives the readers a better understanding or a way into the psychology of the character. So B can very well be inferred. We can qualify it. Option C tells us to draw out the inherent dichotomy in the pardoner's psychology in order to define the reader's perception of the character. Now, this might have been considered, but this word, inherent dichotomy in the pardoner's psychology, is definitely a distortion. We can see that there is dichotomy, contrast between two ideologies, usually two outlooks even. That is mentioned here. There is contrast mentioned, there is discrepancy mentioned, but this is a discrepancy between the character of the storyteller and the message of his story. It is not inherent in the pardoner's psychology. The pardoner's psychology, yes, there is some ambiguity to it. Dichotomy, not necessarily so. At least the passage does not tell us that there is any dichotomy in the pardoner's psychology. In fact, the pardoner's psychology, at least in the context of his actions, is quite clear. He knows that he is evil. He knows that he covets money, but he preaches against it. So there is really no dichotomy there. C is incorrect. Option D says to influence the minds of the readers towards a specific outlook by creating a persona that is evil and yet brazenly honest about it. The last part seems true, seems correct according to the passage, but to influence the minds of the readers towards a specific outlook. Now, we see that the readers were being influenced to understand the mind or the psychology of the pardoner. But that said, is Chaucer actually trying to influence them towards a specific outlook? And then again, see the generalized nature of the phrase, a specific outlook. Is it the outlook of the pardoner? We don't know. Is it Chaucer's outlook? Is it an outlook that Chaucer believes in? Is it outside the premise of this discussion, of this tale, that is? We have no idea. We cannot be certain about any of this because this is a very generalized reference. So again, this cannot be justified. D is eliminated. The correct answer is option B.